What's going on, guys? Today, we're going to explore one of the craziest and most terrifying characters in the entire Marvel Universe. It's not about Thanos with the Infinity Gauntlet, nor Galactus, the Devourer of Worlds, but a young boy, a human boy born on Earth, yet possessing power that can make cosmic entities like Eternity, Infinity, or Galactus himself tremble in fear. That boy is Franklin Richards, the son of Reed Richards and Sue Storm of the Fantastic Four. On one fateful day, Earth's entire defense system was neutralized in the blink of an eye. All the Avengers, the X-Men, and even Doctor Strange were helpless. A mad celestial hybrid entity known as Ash Rider awakened after billions of years, declaring Earth's civilization a mere cosmic error that needed correction. And, in the darkest moment, when all hope had faded, Reed Richards, the smartest man on the planet, didn't touch a single piece of scientific equipment. He simply turned, looked straight into the eyes of his son standing beside him, and said in a hoarse, awe-stricken voice, "Franklin, is it bedtime? Are you dreaming this?" In that moment, we realize a horrifying truth. What is happening? The boundary between reality and dreams has been completely erased. And that is only the tip of the iceberg regarding Franklin Richards' power. Before diving deep into the true power of adult Franklin, we need to set the stage to understand why a child could be the greatest threat the multiverse has ever known. We aren't talking about an ordinary mutant who can fire lasers from his eyes or control the weather. We are talking about a being whose power by nature far exceeds the framework of ordinary cosmic energy frequencies. We begin with a dark page in Marvel history, a future depicted in the Days of Future Past series and later explored further in Jonathan Hickman's Fantastic Four. This is a universe where Franklin is no longer a boy. He has survived for centuries, witnessing the collapse of everything he loved, the death of every family member, including his sister, Valeria, the smartest of them all, and finally, the death of Mr. Fantastic himself. As all his loved ones passed away, Franklin wandered the universe until he faced the true gods. Franklin's own voice echoes through the pages in a heartbreaking monologue. "I saw them die, one by one. My father, the man who could solve any equation, but couldn't solve the equation of death. And I remained. I sit here, at the end of time, where entropy has swallowed the last stars. My only remaining friends are the abstract concepts that humans call gods." This is the starting point for the character's psychological journey. Adult Franklin's motivation isn't to save the world, but the ultimate fear of a child. The fear of being alone. When you hear me say he's strong enough to make Galactus afraid, it's no exaggeration. Galactus, the Devourer of Worlds, is merely a neutral entity in the cosmic order. But Franklin Richards, at the peak of his power, is classified by the highest cosmic courts as an Omega-level threat and beyond. He doesn't just break the laws of physics, he breaks the laws of magic and spirituality because he doesn't distinguish between them. To Franklin, Doctor Strange's magic or the Silver Surfer's cosmic power are just Lego blocks that he can pick up, warp, and reassemble as he pleases. Alright, and this is truly the craziest part. We will follow a linear progression of an actual battle that took place, the war between adult Franklin Richards and a horde of cosmic entities, along with a crucial flashback from the past, explaining the origin of this power. The setting is the end of time. All the stars have gone out, only infinite darkness and absolute silence remain. Yet in the midst of that void, an arena is created. Franklin, now a man with a weary appearance, but eyes that glow terrifyingly bright, stands before three entities representing the very fabric of reality. They haven't come to talk, they have come to judge. Eternity, the embodiment of all time. Infinity, the embodiment of all space. And finally, looming in the void is the Living Tribunal, the supreme judge of the Marvel multiverse, an entity with three faces representing equity, necessity, and vengeance. The atmosphere now is not just tense, but a sensory overload that ordinary humans could never comprehend. For Franklin, the world has never been a quiet place. He can hear the roar of every supernova that ever exploded in the past, the whispers of billions upon billions of souls praying in parallel realities, and above all, he hears a heartbreaking sound, the final heartbeat of his father, echoing through time like a resonance that never fades. His power is so immense that reality itself feels like a noisy, blinding dream, a sense of overload he has carried since he was in his cradle. The Living Tribunal delivers its judgment, a voice ringing out not through sound, but through the explosions of dimensions. Franklin Richards, you are an anomaly. a being with the power of a cosmic entity, yet possessing the heart and mind of a mortal. This contradicts the law of balance of the multiverse. You shall be erased from every timeline, every reality. This is ultimate justice. This is exactly when we need to interject an important flashback, turning back to the past to explain why Franklin is so incredibly powerful. Many people mistakenly think he is merely an Omega-level mutant, which is like saying an atomic bomb is just a matchstick. Even as a fetus in Sue Storm's womb, Franklin manifested his power. He was the one who used his strength to protect his mother from lethal cosmic rays, transforming them into positive energy to empower the Fantastic Four. We're talking about altering the structure of a radioactive event from inside the womb. And the key point, which few people notice, lies in the Secret Invasion series and later Dark Reign. When Norman Osborn rose to power, he gathered the brightest minds to find a way to control or destroy Franklin. And Osborn, a psychopath but extremely sharp, uttered a line that makes us all shudder about this boy. He is not a mutant. We tested his genes, and there is no X gene. He is also not a radiation mutant like his parents. He is something entirely new, a god pretending to be a child. He believes he is human, and that is our only hope. If one day he stops believing that, we will face Armageddon. This monologue from Osborn is extremely important. It speaks to Franklin's true nature. He doesn't use power, he is power. He is a miniature multiverse with its own consciousness. Let's analyze this for a moment. Why is Franklin stronger than cosmic entities like Eternity? Eternity is the embodiment of time within a single universe. But Franklin, in the future, is revealed to be the embodiment of the concept of creation itself. He is the necessary antithesis of destruction. While Galactus is life and a sibling to death, Franklin represents what is possible. He is the dream of the creator himself. Compared to his current version, young Franklin also created an entire pocket universe under his bed and played with it like a toy. Other heroes like Mad Jim Jaspers or Scarlet Witch at their peak can bend reality, but Franklin is different. He stores and preserves reality. He saved the entire Marvel multiverse after the 2015 Secret Wars event by using his power to restore every single atom of every dead universe. This is no longer just bending reality. This is the mass production of reality. It leads to a moment that I personally believe is one of the craziest displays of power in comic history, the battle between Franklin and the Celestials, witnessed by the Living Tribunal. After the judgment was delivered, Franklin was not afraid at all. He smiled, a weary and indifferent smile. He spoke, his voice as calm as if he were chatting with his father in the lab. "You say that I am an anomaly, a mistake that needs to be corrected. But have you ever wondered, in an infinite universe, how a being that shouldn't exist could possibly exist? I will tell you why. The universe did not create me. I am the one who dreamed it up to play with ever since I was a lonely child." Immediately, an army of Celestials, giant space gods with invulnerable armor, charged in to attack. Each Celestial has the ability to judge and destroy an entire civilization with a single thought. They poured all their cosmic power into Franklin. Energy beams that could pierce through dimensions. Attacks that shook the very astral plane. But what did Franklin do? He didn't even bother to raise his hand to defend himself. He just looked at them. And then, the unthinkable happened. Franklin did not destroy them. He did something 1,000 times more terrifying. He turned them back to their state before they were born, the state of non-existence. The mighty Celestials vanished, not with an explosion, but with a gentle erasure from the very memory of time. They didn't die. They simply had never been born. This was not material manipulation. This was conceptual manipulation. The real climax came when the Living Tribunal personally intervened. The Supreme Judge drew the Sword of Truth, a weapon that can sever all causal links. This attack carried the power of all the supreme gods of the multiverse. But when the blade touched Franklin, it couldn't cut him. It simply stopped. Not blocked by a shield, but because at the point of impact, there was nothing to cut. Franklin has no present to be judged, no past to be erased, and no future to be determined. He had liberated himself from the very flow of reality that the Living Tribunal governs. This is the best part because we witness a shift in the very perception of the universe. The Living Tribunal, who had never known doubt, had to lower its voice. The Supreme God realized that Franklin was not a threat to this dying universe, but its only rightful heir. A surreal scene unfolded. Franklin, radiating a pure silver and blue light, sat on the throne of creation, where where previously only the One Above All had resided. He didn't defeat the living tribunal with violence. He transcended the cosmic hierarchy through his very existence. Let me emphasize this for you to understand the magnitude. Even an infinity stone can only control one aspect of reality within its own universe, but Franklin Richards can create a new set of infinity stones just to use as building blocks. The cosmic entities retreated, not because they agreed to let Franklin exist, but because they realized they had no power to stop him. The consequence of this battle was not the destruction of Earth, but its rebirth. At the end of time, when everything had finished, Franklin did one thing. He dreamed of his old home. He recreated the living room of the Baxter Building, with an old sofa and the familiar smell of Reed's coffee. This is the emotional payoff, where we understand the deeper meaning of all this power. It returns to the American dream, but in a distorted and lonely way. Franklin Richards is the ultimate embodiment of the American dream, that the next generation will be better than the last. Reed Richards can solve any problem with his intellect, but he cannot defeat death. Sue Storm can protect her family with love, but love also has limits. Their generation were the pioneers. But Franklin, the next generation, reached a realm where all his parents' efforts became so small. This is the tragedy of evolution. When your children become God, you lose your child forever. This uncontrollable power is not dangerous because it can destroy planets, but because it isolates the user from their very humanity. The boy who was once afraid of the dark and needed his mother to tell him fairy tales before bed has now become the one who must create the stars himself to dispel the eternal darkness. So, is Franklin Richards' power more dangerous than the cosmic entities? The answer is yes, but in a way you wouldn't expect. Entities like Galactus or Eternity are fixed functions of the universe. They are dangerous in the way a storm or a supernova is dangerous. They have rules, but Franklin has no rules. His danger lies in the unpredictability of a human soul possessing the power of God. He could create a perfect universe in the morning, and by the afternoon, because of a fleeting nightmare, he could accidentally erase the entire concept of hope from existence. That is why, in subsequent issues, writers always have to find ways to restrain Franklin by wiping his memory, sealing his powers, or simply letting him convince himself that he is just a normal child. This sets the stage for future stories, as every time a fragment of memory returns, reality trembles once again. Will Franklin one day realize that the entire reality we live in is just his last beautiful dream before waking up? A teaser for you. In an alternate reality, when Franklin woke up, the Marvel Universe had ended. In short, never underestimate the power of a child, especially when that child can change the definition of reality itself. Franklin Richards is not just the strongest mutant, not just the heir to Galactus, but also the silent protector of the entire Marvel civilization, a god who doesn't want to be a god. And now, I want to hear from you. What do you think? If one day Franklin decided that the existence of the multiverse was a mistake, would there be any force, from the One Above All to forces outside the comics, that could stop him? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Don't forget to leave a like, subscribe to the channel, and hit the notification bell. And if you want to support us even more, so we can produce videos like this every week, thank you for joining us, and I will see you in the next Cosmic Story. Peace out.